What is up? What is going on? Dave at SVA Card Collectors. A lot of things coming out today, people. I spoke about it yesterday. Just a quick run through. Panini Chronicles, Panini Origins for football. You have National Treasures Collegiate, which is super expensive. You also have Topps Archive. Hopefully these are still coming out today and they haven't changed since the last time I looked, which was yesterday that I looked. I know Bowman Chrome is been delayed for another week, and if you've never gone through that before, that's all anyone talks about. That's all anyone buys. It's a pandemonium for the Bowman Chrome. It's pandemonium. So, I was on Twitter, and if you're not, get on there and follow some baseball card folks. A lot of information is gained by being on Twitter. You just learn some crap. More than Facebook groups, I think. I try to bring the stuff that I learned from Twitter, and I put it in my Facebook group. And FlickChat. You guys should download the app, FlickChat app. It's just FlickChat. Just download the app. A lot of stuff I talk about on here, I go into further detail where people ask questions, and for the most part, we try to answer everything. And that's that. But I was, and this is a premise that I have heard, seen before, I probably even said. And one of the main reasons why I did this podcast was I saw there was a need, because most people were already in the industry and they were talking about stuff that people already knew about. And there wasn't too many people talking about just getting back into the hobby. Also a way to give back a little bit and to, build up some good karma, because we all need good karma and juju. You need a lot of juju as well. Especially when you're doing breaks. You need a lot of karma, good karma, and juju. So, at Watch the Breaks, he has a Twitter handle. That's his Twitter handle. Did a video, and he was talking about something Gary V has brought up, Gary Vaynerchuk brought up, which was, you can tell people, you can give everybody the information, but 99% of them won't do anything. And so that's why I did this podcast, and giving my tips and tricks or whatever. It's not, I don't have too many. I have too many tricks, but whatever I have shared. And because I know 90% of the people are not going to do it. Now, there are definitely people who have done it, who have listened to me and followed through. But I know a large portion haven't. So, talking about that, I say a lot of times, you guys should go watch YouTube videos. And I know a lot of people do, because I see people sharing things that they've watched or other podcasts that they've listened to. And one of the big things was, and God almighty, I don't know what the guy's name, but he just met Gary Vaynerchuk. He's a kid. He just bought a baseball card shop. I talked about him before. I think he's I don't know. He's pretty big on Instagram. Anyway, he was doing a video. He now has a filmographer following him. And he's trying to do some things. Some people go, oh, he thinks he's bigger than who he is. But he's just trying to make a name for himself and trying to grow his YouTube. And he's making, better quality videos than mine that stutter, which I didn't realize. So now I got to delete all the stuff, which I'm very annoyed about. Oh, God. Anyway, so what I was saying is, now, he's having a conversation with Gary Vaynerchuk. And they said a nougat. There was a big nugget that was in there that if you wouldn't listen to it, or you don't listen to YouTube, or it might have just passed you by. And it's something simple, and it's not something that you probably go, yeah, well, of course. but you don't do it. Now, what they were saying was, he's big into basketball and football, and Gary is as well, but he does like to collect baseball cards and having patience. Now, what Gary said, which is something that I do believe in, and I have looked for them, but now I'm going to be looking for them a little bit more. Lots of rookie cards, first Bauman cards. Bo. Damn it, man. I will never do that. Bowman. Anyway, so maybe you don't look for the top 50 or top 75. Look for people. Now, I've actually written articles on this, so if you head over to my website, nice cheap plug. Damn, David, that was good. svacardcollectors.com. I tell you guys how to look for prospects, what I do. It might not be the right thing, but it's the way I do it. I think it makes sense, and that's that. So he was saying is just start buying all their first Bowman Chrome autos. Now, you may not want to buy all their autos up. Maybe you can't find enough, or you just keep buying them. You buy like 50 of them. What I would suggest is you get their first Bauman Chrome Bowman. All right, I'm going to stop saying it. Sorry, guys. It's actually getting annoying to people probably. Their first Bauman card, Chrome or Refractor, not their autos. You can probably get them pretty cheap, 50 cents to $1. Buy 100 of them. It's not that much money. And if you buy 100 of them, and let's just say over time you start grading them, and one of them hits. Like right now, you can buy, I'm not going to give you the prospect because it seems to me that it's too difficult to try and say, hey, buy this guy in bulk because that's the next guy. I think it's better to tell you, hey, this is my methodology on why I picked this person. And if it's a good value, then go ahead and get it. You can see some guys now, if you grade a card and you take a look at the card, make sure it's centered properly. A great resource for this is Comp. This is where you should be buying these type of cards, and you can just buy all of them. Don't buy all of them because a lot of them are off-centered, things like that. So you need to be careful, and that's why you can really see every single card in Comp, and you can see the back as well. And they do a good scan; it's very sharp. Hold on one second. So if you're in my Flick Chat group, you would see who I was getting. I've known about this guy because I opened up a bunch of boxes of Bauman Draft Chrome and was further, made aware of by Bernard in our group. I believe he's a Vandy alum, this prospect. But I'm not saying it to be, oh no, I don't want anyone to hop on it, because it doesn't matter. It's who you think. And if I could just tell you, everyone, you're just going to do that, but that's not learning. That's not figuring crap out. That's not doing anything. Plus, if you go in Flick Chat, you would know already. But I bought a ton of them. Maybe I bought like 10 of them, between the Chrome and Refractors, which was a lot to me. But you can just keep buying them. Just say you buy 100 of them, and it goes from, now their Chrome card goes for $30 or $40. You just doubled your money because you got to pay the $9 to get it graded. I'm talking about getting stuff graded. Or maybe you just keep it as a raw card and then you sell it for $3 or $4. You can do that. You can buy it on Comp, hold it, wait for the price to rise, and then, or make the price higher and just keep it. I don't know about storage fees on Comp. That's the only thing. So I'm a little leery of that because I don't know enough about it yet. But that's where I think long-term play, where you can make the most bang for your buck. And if you do that with 10 guys and 2 or 3 hit, or not hit, but just double in value, you're going to be doing all right. It's also a way to build inventory if you want to get more serious about this. Nice, easy way to get a bunch of cards for really cheap. But most people aren't going to do this. You can look up lots on eBay, which is what I did, and it's one at Watch the Breaks posted a mega lot of a certain player. I forget the guy. He's from the Cubs. Damn, I don't remember the guy's name. Well, if you follow Twitter and scroll down, you'll see. And it was the same lot I was looking at. And I saw it, and it was all paper Bowman, not chrome. I thought it was all chrome for like $150. It was like $240, $250, which I was going to hop all over. Because you just grade it, you grade the cards, and you just be patient with it. And, it's going to cost some money. But if you want to get into this prospecting business, you need patience. Not all the time is it going to be, all right, I can flip it for double. In some instances, it is. But for the most part, these kids got to do some things. Look at Wander Franco right now. His cards are going crazy. Everyone thinks he's the next best thing. And he moved up to AA, and he's doing well, but nothing crazy. It's all hype. There'll be other guys that are coming out. So you're going to have a Bauman draft come out in November, December. Everyone's going to be going, remember Wander Franco when everyone was like all over him? His prices are going to dip. Unless he does something crazy at the end, which he's not. Hit 10 home runs in like one game. His prices they'll level off and they'll stay the same because people are going to want to keep those, the cost, the price, because it's a lot of money that people are paying for him. But it is going to go down because attention will now be to the new class. That's what happens. And if he does well next year, his cards will stay at his level and maybe rise a little bit. But if he does bad, it's just going to keep on sinking. And the new guy that comes up, whoever that is going to start rising and go up and go up. It's a cycle. It's just figuring out this cycle. It's having patience. So maybe you don't go after the bright and shiny card. You go after the guy who's doing well, that's quietly meeting the metrics that you have established. And you're always looking for value. And that's basically what I wanted to say. All right, guys, I'm at my job. You know what that means. SVAcardcollectors.com. Sign up. I'm sending emails. You'll get an email today, probably around 5 or 6 o'clock, on the cheapest boxes that you can buy for these upcoming releases. Flick Chat, download the app. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Buy some cards and go broke. Later.